as a freight forwarder company for almost 10 years, and there I'm part of the collection team, So basically, my job is to charge the clients, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here, and this is my first time participating on a meeting with you, Nondas.
Yeah.
People always uh, tell great things about you, so I decided to come. Yeah.
Good,
That's
good.
it.
So, what a pleasure to have you here with me. And you improved a lot your English. I remember you in other meetings, so good, good to know. Sarah, your turn, please. Could you introduce yourself?
Definitely. Hey guys, I'm Sarah. I live in Bahia. I like going to the beach, dancing, even though I'm not a great dancer, but I dance anyway. I have a dog and something different. I've been journaling my days. So writing different question every day. Today it's the 31st question. It is good for English practicing, and that's all.
Very good, very good. Elda, your turn.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm Elida, 22 years old. I started a new job last week in a hospital, and I remember that the day of the interview, I I think English helped me a lot to I don't know, to getting
You got?
to get the job, because I said that I was bilingual. So the people, I think I was the only person that had the English. So thanks English, thanks TNT for helping me. And I don't know, let me think. I have a dog too. I love going to the beach. I live in Ceará, I forgot to say. And I think that's it.
Very good. And congratulations for your new job. And guys, everybody already know me, but let me introduce myself for you on YouTube. So my name is Nondas, 28 years old. I'm host here since last year. I love to dance, to watch funny videos on YouTube like Casimiro's React, and and to read. To read, I'm a little addicted to buy books that I don't read. So this is me. And guys, let me start this meeting. As I said before, we're gonna talk about social interactions. So the number one is, are you good at making friends, or do you consider yourself an inhibited person? Sarah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this question. I guess I'm good at making friends because I like to make small talk, get to know the person, just I don't know, drop some things, icebreaker, for example, and try to start a conversation. I'm not a silent girl, If I'm in a place and everybody's quiet, I try to make things happen, that's me. But I think after the pandemic, it's harder for me to create some connections with people. So I'm good at making friends, but facing some challenges, especially now because I'm spending more time at home. So I try to find the balance. It is important to work, to do your stuff, but also to relate with people.
Yeah, I totally feel you. And we're gonna talk a lot about this kind of thing after the pandemic and about social interactions. And very good. Very good. Thank you for your answer. And you, Elda.
I am the opposite of Sarah because I am very shy. And when I am not the person who arrive in a place and talk to everyone. I'm not like totally. I don't keep totally quiet, but for me, it's hard to start the conversation. So. But if I meet someone in a calm place, if there's just me and the other person, and we have a common interesting talk, to talk, I can talk so easily. But with a lot of people, for me, it's hard to start the conversation.
I'm very similar to you. In the past, it was hard for me to talk to everyone and things like that. I'm not the most outgoing person, so I'm trying to improve this kind of characters for myself. But it's a little bit hard. But I'm trying to improve because I want to talk. I want to have a great time with my friends and people that I don't know yet. It's a lot of, it's very good, I think. So I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to start a conversation and this kind of thing. I improved a lot, but I'm the way. So maybe in the future I become more outgoing, but nowadays I'm in the balance. I'm not the most inhibited person, but I'm not the most extroverted person. I'm in the middle. And you, Bruno?
Well, yeah, in my case, I believe that I'm not outgoing person as well, you know. I'm shy, I'm a shy person, but it not is something that make me, you know, freeze when I need to talk with someone, you know. I can have a communication if someone wants, of course. I can I can demand that people talk to me, but yeah, I believe that I'm a easy going person, you know. I believe that uh, if you want to talk with me, you know, and about something, even though we don't know each other, for me it's easy to talk and have uh, have fun. Let's say like this, you know, in the conversation. Yeah, that's it.
Good. I think that the adult life force a little bit ourselves to become more extrovert and to have a lot of uh, uh, talk or to talk a lot of with a lot of people, because it's, for example, here I'm host, you are host, Sarah is hosted, so we need to talk. And
Yeah.
I think the adult life force a little bit this kind of thing. And Elda, you will be host soon, maybe.
Maybe I will have a meeting with Philip tonight
Oh,
to
good,
discuss about this, but hope he.
good, very good, very good. And the second question: how can technology be used to facilitate socialization and reduce feelings of loneliness? Bruno, please.
Yeah, I remember when I was reading this question, I remember that on pandemic situation, you know, when we were living it, I remember that I was totally lost, you know, because I was on my vacation and I couldn't go out. It was awful, you know. And in that time, I was looking for something to improve my English, you know. And then I found Talking Talk, and here I am, you know. And it was the best experience ever, you know, because before this, I never had this experience to talk with other people that I don't even know to know about their experience, their opinion about some specific topic, you know, unless on my job that it's necessary, I need to talk with people as well, you know. But for me, it was a game changer, you know. I'm really happy to to be find out Talking Talk, you know, and meet new people like you, Nondas, like Sarah, you know, like Elida as well, because Elida, she's here for a long time. I remember her, you know, yeah, since 2020, I think, yeah, right. So it's really good, you know. For me, I totally approve this experience, you know, online meetings, and for me, I can live without it right now, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you brought a good point. I think I'm not able to live without this kind of meetings now, because I really love this kind of thing. About TNT, I felt the same as like you, Bruno, because I found TNT during the pandemic, and in a good phase of my life, because I was trying to learn English, and when I joined, so my life changed, because, for example, I meet a lot of people, and I made a lot of friends. Some people here I feel like I already know in person. It's very strange, because it's a very, very close friend of mine. So it's totally different. And my English changed a lot. I became host here in my life and changed a lot. But I think it's important to nowadays to have this kind of technology, this kind of experience to be close to other people, even for a long distance. So interesting, interesting. And you, Elida, share with us your experience, please.
I totally agree with you guys. I think everyone knows about it, so nowadays it's so easier to talk with other people. I remember that, yeah, on Sunday, Sunday, my Q, I forgot how to say Q, was here in my house, and he was telling a story about his life when he was a young man. He had to work in another state. Yeah, and I think it was in Pará, I think, and to make to communicate with his parents, he had to send a note, by a friend, or anyway. And oh my God, think about it. You send a note. This note will arrive to your destination, maybe, I don't know, months later, and to getting an answer back, oh my God, 1 month, 2 months. And now in 1 minute, we can talk of a lot of people. And so it's so much easier, sometimes when I'm feeling alone, and when I'm sad, I made a call, or I sent a message to a friend. And in the old times, we couldn't do this, right? So about TNT, I agree with you too. I made a lot of friends here. Even I am not here in a, how can I say that? I don't know. Eu não tenho estado direto. I join for a while, and I keep a time with no join the meetings. Anyway, but I made a lot of friends. And it's amazing, having the experience to talk with people about from a lot of states here, like Bahia, Brasilia, São Paulo, right? Bruno, São Paulo, right? So
Yes.
it's amazing. I am so anxious to have a presential TNT, to join a presential, because I want to meet everyone in person. But anyway, I think that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I feel the same. And you have a good memory, because I don't remember the state from everybody here, even I know for a long time, but good memory. And you, Sarah?
Yeah, there was a great point added about how long people used to take to have a conversation. Whenever some people complain, oh, you are taking too long, I just say, remember the old days that people needed to wait a lot, So for me, I think it's quite similar to what you guys mentioned. I remember that in 2020, I spent a lot of time at home. So I decided to focus on my English, because I had the time, and I could also make have a good outcome from all the situation we're living, you know. And I started to have conversations once a week with a teacher, a private teacher, and it helped me a lot. I remember that it was the highlight of my week because I was spending my days at home doing nothing special. So I spent the whole week thinking, oh, I'm gonna have a conversation in English. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna socialize with another person that is not from my family. So that made a lot of difference for me, not only about English, but I felt like he was a friend, you know. So I think people say, oh, you talk about English a lot. That is because it has changed my life, you know. I felt more confident. I felt that I have something to do, that I have a goal with my life. And I guess it is about that, you know. You learn English, but you also get skills about making friends, communication. So that's whenever I can be here, I know it's going to be a good time because I remember how hard it was in the past and how I'm feeling more. I'm feeling happier now, and it's also because of the English I learned, and I can also always make new friends for sure.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. But I'll skip for the number 5. Do you have more social interactions with your friends in person or online nowadays? Because we are talking about how it's good to have this kind of meeting and to talk to people online, and maybe you feel a little bit anxious to meet people in person. So nowadays, about quantity, do you have more social interaction with your friends in person or online? Sarah.
Yes, I'm ashamed because definitely, definitely on the internet, you know, it's easier, cheaper. Some of my friends moved, so I cannot meet them in person so easily. I think when we become adults, it's so difficult. Everybody has this own path or professions, careers. So the people I'm hanging out the most lately are my parents. No problem with that. They are awesome, but I miss my friends a little bit.
Yeah,
And my
yeah, I
sister
got it.
as well.
Good, good. And you, Elda? Your mic is off.
Sorry. Absolutely 100% to answer online interactions, because as Sarah said, when we are adults, we have a lot of things to do. And sometimes we just, you know, we don't have so much time to go out and to having meetings, presential meetings with our friends. And in my case, I live in a small city, and the most of my friends are from how can I say, another cities, you know, in the near cities. So sometimes it's complicated about transport. It's a little hard sometimes, and about I think it's the time to, you know, we are focused on your career, on your job, on your professions, and our things to do, and sometimes we forgot to talk. I don't know how can I explain that, but it's hard. Yesterday, for example, I arrived in home from work. It was 8 p.m. I think, and I just take a shower, had dinner, and I went to sleep because I was tired, you know, so tired. And that's it. I even looked the phone. I was so tired and I just went to bed. So
Yeah, yeah. Adult life, it's hard. It's very hard. It's not a strawberry, so hard. And you, Bruno?
Yeah, I'm part of the online team, you know. Yeah, because we have a lot of different friends, you know. I think that you all have friends as well. And in my case, for example, I have friends from university, from school, from work, from here. And I I believe that I interact more with you guys than to the others, because the others, they have their own lives, they have different shifts, so if we need to schedule something to to be together, and have a conversation, it's really difficult. The friends that I have more, uh, let's say, intimacy, I think, uh, are my friends from school, but I I am 2 years without seeing them in person, so just to you all see how difficult it is to unite everyone, so, but I believe that, sometimes we have a chat on WhatsApp, but not it is not that thing, that it used to be when we were young, and we were together all the time, going to one another house, it was really nice. But as you said, guys, adulthood is something crazy. You need to take care of your family, of your business, and yeah, provide for your family. And sometimes, of course, when you have the opportunity to study and make new friends studying or something like that, it's really good, But definitely online meetings for me, online conversation is much better. Not this is much better, but it can be something easier to do, Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
got you. I totally agree that it's easier to talk. And because, for example, I'm here and I have my smartphone and I can talk with everybody here and it's easier, it's cheap. I don't need to take a tax, a cab, or a bus, things like that. So it's easier. And me either, guys. So I don't have more social contact with my friends for a long. I know I meet for a long time. Unfortunately, nowadays I have more contact face to face with my family only, and yeah, I'm here. I work online. I talk to my friends online from WhatsApp and things like that, from social media. I'm here on TNT in this kind of meeting. So I 100% of us use more on internet to talk to our friends. And I'm thinking here, uh, what is the problem about this kind of thing? Don't have interactions face to face like in the past, or what is the cons? We are becoming more alone, more isolated, or not? What do you think, Bruno?
I believe that the problem is that we become colder, as a person, because we don't have that uh, a friendship, is not the same, when you are in person, you can make some jokes instantaneously, so it's it's a kind of feeling that all the group have about some joke or someone, you can see the expressions, the behavior. So, and when you have the online interaction, you can see the face expressions, but it's not the same, because you you don't know how the person are feeling, are, how the person is feeling. For example, if you are breathing deeply, you can realize something, maybe this person is a little bit nervous, or so online is more difficult to do this analysis, and when you are in person, you can see very quickly when someone needs help, or maybe you need to hang out a little bit, and hold on a little bit, and see if someone needs help or something like that. yeah, let's see. I think maybe it can be something. We always have both sides, the good one and the bad one. But in this case, if we spend so much time using just internet, it can be something bad, I believe. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We lose the body language, and there's a different feeling in person, face to face and eye to eye. So it's different. It's totally different, I think. I totally agree with you. And the world, what is your point about this question?
I agree with you. I think talking with someone by WhatsApp, it's easier in some way, but I don't like to have like serious conversations, especially about relationships or something like emotional conversations by cell phone, because it's not the same thing. I don't know how to have a conversation like this using the cell phone, because I need the nonverbal language. I think all of this makes part of the situation, and I am realizing about myself that let me say an example. If I start a conversation with Bruno right now on WhatsApp, it's really hard. We keep looking to WhatsApp and waiting the answer. Usually we go to Instagram, we go to Twitter or to another conversation, and we keep doing a lot of things at the same time. And when we are talking in person, we have to do one thing, having the conversation with the person. And for me, sometimes it's hard because I keep like, oh my God, I should, not I should, but my brain keeps looking for something to do, because I am so acostumada to do a lot of things at the same time. And when I have to do one thing, I keep crazy. So very inquieta, muito inquieta. So I think it's a problem because anyway, I think you got me right.
Yeah, I got it. And you brought a good point, very good point. And I think that it's connected to the new pandemic about anxious, depressed, and things like that. So it's very hard to be focused in one thing, and nowadays it's common to overthink all the time about a lot of things. Oh, I'm here, but I'm thinking about my job, it's very hard to focus that. So maybe our smartphone is the enemy, or ourselves, because we need to have control about the situation. But you brought a good point, very good point. And you, Sarah, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel just like you. The one thing that I can mention, it is my social battery. Before I could easily stay until 4 or 5 p.m. at some place because of a party. Because I don't have kids. I'm single, so for me it's not that hard. But now I keep looking at my cell phone or to check on the time, and I just feel like going home. Especially if I created an expectation about the moment, and it wasn't as good as I expected. Like, I'm hanging out with my friends, I was looking forward to that moment, but when I get there, I don't know, the food's not so good, the conversation isn't flowing because of some reason. So I feel like I can socialize still, but not like the same as before. So my patience is low, So I'm trying to find some ways to handle that, because if you are using your cell phone to have a conversation, you can pretend, like you can send some emojis like you are laughing, you are having a good time, but in person you cannot fake. I'm not saying that I lie to my friends, but sometimes I find some ways to be more to be kind, to mask a little bit. But in person, that's impossible. So I'm trying to learn again how to be a good person, have a good interaction, I guess.
I totally feel you. Totally feel you. I couldn't agree more. And I will skip for the number 11. Do you currently feel 100% safe or comfortable to have face-to-face interactions, or has anything changed after the pandemic or after a long time alone and having on interactions from by WhatsApp and things like that? And do you currently feel 100% safe or comfortable to have face-to-face interactions or not? Elida.
I am thinking about it. I don't know. I think depends of the person, because sometimes I was talking about the nonverbal language, but sometimes it's good because we have time to think about the answer and to process the information. And when we, for example, when we receive, a notice from a person in person, we have to think very quickly and to have an answer, at that moment. And sometimes we don't have time to process the information. So I don't know. I think depends. But oh my God, it's really hard. I don't know how to answer that. I think with some people, yes, I feel comfortable. With another, I prefer to have a social online interaction, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I got it. And guys, after the pandemic, I feel a little bit different because during the pandemic, during the last 2 years, I was very alone, very isolated, um, having almost zero social interactions and things like that. Because in the past, as I said when I introduced myself, I like to go to the gym. I like to dance. I love to dance with other people, but during the pandemic, it was a little bit impossible. So it my social interaction became a little bit hard. So nowadays I feel a little bit, I don't know, but I don't feel comfortable to, I don't know. I feel like I am enferrujado for a lot of things. I don't know how to do it again. So it's hard. It's kind of, I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to dance, how to have interactions. And because of that, sometimes I avoid some appointments with my friends or things like that. So I don't know, but I'm trying to return to my flow, my normal flow, but it's a little bit hard yet. And you, Bruno, how was for you?
Yeah, I was wondering about it, why you are talking about, and I thought that I was the only one that feel like this. I mean, I always, I always uh, was a person that I'm a shy person. So it make me feel sometimes uncomfortable on social situations, right? But if I need to talk, and if I have someone or a group of people around me talking each other, and I need to interact with them, I will without problems. Of course, there are situations that some people you will not get along, with these people because you don't have anything in common, right? So it's normal. And sometimes you have that weird moment that people are quiet, and you start looking for some words to say, to the people. But it's normal. You need to be like used to use it to pass through this, it's normal. But you know, I believe that nowadays I became more social, I think, in some situations. Of course, that I sometimes I avoid to go to a place, because sometimes it's like Sarah said about social battery, you are not in the mood, you are not so social in that day, but sometimes you just want to go and whatever, So yeah, but nowadays, even after the pandemic situation, I think that I'm more social than before, Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. Hey, this is something that my family always put some, how can I say it? I forgot the word right now. Some pressure on me, because I'm not so social. I mean, I'm not so outgoing, And my father, for example, he's totally outgoing. He's extrovert, and he talks with everyone. And sometimes it's something boring for me, because he's totally opposite, from me. I am opposite from him. Yeah, in fact. But that's it, guys. That's it.
Very good. Very good. My father is very similar to yours. Very similar. And I normally I feel oh, my father knows everybody, and it's a little, maybe it can be dictate. So and you,
Yeah,
Sarah?
everyone. Oh, sorry. Just
No,
one.
go ahead, Edna.
Everyone here in my city calls my father vereador because it's a small city and he knows everyone. He talks to everyone, and oh my god.
Maybe our father is like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yours too, Sarah.
I
Your
think we
father.
all have the same dad,
Oh
maybe.
my God.
Hey,
No way.
siblings. I don't know, because my mom's getting deaf from all the screaming, because my dad knows a lot of people, so he always yells, like shouts at the window, hey, someone, hey. And my mom, the poor thing, because this type of thing. But I'd say that I forgot about the question. Oh, okay. I don't think I ever felt 100% comfortable, because I'm always thinking, am I being unpleasant? Am I talking too much when I'm interact with someone? Or I look at the person, and I try to wonder, is this person bored with me? Because I think I'm a little bit crazy, in fact, because I don't know, I can never shut up my brain, I'm always having this type of thoughts. But I think I can handle, even though I'm not 100% comfortable, I try to make it work. For example, I have specific points for specific subjects. I don't talk. I have a friend that is a mother. I talk with her about some types of stuff. I have another friend that is not a mother, so the conversation is different. So I think that works. If you have a friend that is better at something, you ask for this person advice, and in this way you feel more like you can have a good conversation, because there is something interesting for that person as well, and not something that is interesting just for you. So if you know your friend very well, you can find the right topic to talk with them.
Very good. Very good. And we have 5 minutes more. So I will pick up some question here. Number 8. What are the long-term consequences of avoiding social interactions, or just talk to everybody using social media, for example? What are the long-term consequences from your point of view, Elida?
Oh my god, why always this person? I don't have time to think about the question.
This is the cons about social interactions online.
Okay. Um. Oh my God, it's hard. I don't know. We are human beings, right? And as human beings, we need contact. We need social interactions with other people. It's like evolution, and anyway. But sometimes when we are avoiding this, I think that the life become so harder. I don't know if that's correct, or harder, because sometimes we don't know everything. We can't know everything in the world because we are not robots, and we need help, from the other people. And sometimes when we can handle with a situation or with a challenge, with anyway a problem, asking for help, it sometimes can save us, can help us to make the right decision, anyway, this kind of thing. And when we avoid talking to people, when we avoid to share our problems, of course we can share our problems with everyone. We have to choose the right person to do that. But I think sometimes the life can be more, I don't know how to explain that. I don't have time to think and to organize my thoughts.
I totally got
Sorry.
you.
But
I
anyway,
totally. You explained very well. Don't worry. And you, Bruno?
Yeah, I believe people can be colder, because they don't have so much interaction, during certain time, But people, I believe that people can suffer a lot, and maybe they can become something different, Yeah, at the beginning they're gonna suffer because they like to interact with people when they don't have this opportunity because of the uh, you know uh, I don't know how can I say it in English. I forgot the name, because of the lack of contact, Yeah, but it depends of as well about uh, about what kind of person do you are, Are you? Because in my case, when I was on the pandemic situation, I was like, okay, it's boring, I was, even me that I'm not so social, I was getting crazy, but in the same time it was good because I was with my family and I was doing something that I like, that that was to be at home, binge watch binge watching series, and of course, even for me, it was difficult, but for people that are extrovert people and uh, outgoing, I think that it hurts a lot, and maybe you can change a little bit after this time in closure, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think depends on the person. It's totally different. Sarah, your turn.
I just add that for example, you feel stuck in your bubble because whenever you get to go out and talk to people, you get different perspectives. So if you are spending a lot of time isolated, I think that could be bad for your mental health for sure. And also, you don't get opinions. You don't get to. You can do that online, but if you have the in person, the contact in person, you can also learn how to read body language, like Elida mentioned, and of course to be closer to people, and you face the good side and also the drawbacks from the in-person interactions, in fact. So I think that it could be better because it teaches a lot when you get to be around people, especially people that are new to you at work or in situations you are not so used to live.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You brought a very good point about bubble. And I have the same view about this kind of thing, because nowadays I realize that we are living our own world, because I have my social media, my social interactions. I talk only with some friends. I'm living in a bubble, and I don't live in a real life. So it's easier to suffer more in my mind than to go out and to talk to other people and to discover what is the real life. So it's very, very hard, and you brought up very, very good points. Thank you. uh, Welcome again, guys.
Natalia, Bruno is a neighbor too. He
Oh,
lives in Santos too.
Oh,
No
good to
way. Where do you
know.
live, Natalia?
Santos, Channel
No
3.
way. Really? Oh my God, that's nice.
Please
Really nice.
explain for another people, because probably they don't understand the channel. Huh?
Yeah.
Our city is divided by channel since the 1 until 7. And when we ask, where do you live? In part of Santos. Channel 1, 2. So I live in Channel 3.
But that is live before the channels, of course. I live next to the Botanic Garden, so
Mhm.
Exactly.
yeah, it's far away from the channels.
very good, guys. So welcome aboard, and let me ask for Edna. How was for you, Edna, the conversation?
I appreciate so much our conversation. It's a pleasure to talk to you, Ricardo, Natalia, and Heider. It's very good. It was very good. I appreciate it so much.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for the topic. And Natalia, how was for you your first time with me in this kind of meeting? How was the meeting for you? The topic, please.
I really like the topic. I think it's necessary to talk about it because it's present in our lives. I guess every day we have contact with technology, social medias, and sometimes we don't stop to think about the impacts of it in us and how it is influencing us and the society. So I really like this conversation.
Thank you so much, and please return more often to this meeting. And you, Heider, how was for you?
It was a pleasure to me. Good conversation, good level of English. Congrats for the topic, for the question. Was good. More one day of good conversation, talk and talk. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Ricardo, your turn. How was for you?
That's really nice. Is everyone prefer in my group? Everyone prefer face-to-face conversation, but that's weird. Everyone prefer face-to-face conversation in online kind of communication. That's really strange. But I think is that we are Latin people, so I prefer looking at the eye and feel about how my talk is changing the other people, the behavior. That's really nice for me. And the conversation and the friends, that's really nice. It's a pleasure.
Very good. The pleasure is mine. So, guys, it was a pleasure for me, and thank you for coming. And we don't have survey because it doesn't work, but if you have one suggestion of topic or things like that, you can go to my Instagram. So this is the my Instagram. And yeah, that's all for today. We don't have time. And I see you in the next meeting next week. Have a great day. Have a great week. And see you.